Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer and today I'm gamesplaining Takenoko. Takenoko is a 2 to 4 player game that plays in approximately 45 minutes. It was released by Madigo Games a few years back now. The idea of the game is that you are the Emperor of Japan, or you're working for the Emperor of Japan, should I say, and he has been gifted a panda. And your job is to keep that panda happy. You need to put out tiles of different colours or different, which represent different types of bamboo, and grow the bamboo on those tiles, and for the panda to then eat those bamboos. The game goes until, if it's 2-player game, it goes until there's 9 achievements from one player, and then everyone adds up the points that they've got left. If it's a 3-player game, 8 achievements, and 4-player game goes for 7 achievements. And you add up the points that are attached to those achievements that have been put out, and whoever has most points wins. Surprise, surprise. Where this game has some really good differences is that everyone is working on the same field. We're adding tiles all to the same area, and if someone adds a tile that helps you achieve your goal, that's great. You can just go on your turn, that's been achieved, awesome, I'll play that now. It's not individual. So when you're placing tiles, you're not just placing tiles to push your own game forward. You're also thinking, if I place this, is that going to help their game? Because you don't know what everyone else's achievements are that they're working towards. The things that I really like about this game is it's cute. These are the pieces that we're playing with. Super cute. I really like games that have cute pieces. They're well detailed, really nicely designed, and fun to look at and nice to look at. They're really good. However, your own player mat is this. To me it seems quite cheap and a little nasty. And it's actually, I think it's more to do with the art than the cardstock. Let's have a real close look at that. I don't know, there's something about that art, it turns me off a little bit. This art style, it screams of shops like Morning Glory. Does Morning Glory even exist anymore? You know, those shops that are around Western civilizations that really push the Japanese culture of liking little cartoony things for young girls. I don't know. I'm pigeonholing things a little bit. I haven't seen one for a while, but it just smacks of that style of artwork, which is probably really appropriate to this game. But it just, I don't like it. But that's okay. I don't have to like the art for the game to be playable and fun to play. And I have played this game a lot of times. This is one of the earlier games that I purchased in my library. It gets pulled out a lot. It's one of the games that my wife really digs and has got her head around really well. There is a good game here hidden in amongst what seems fairly ambivalent. Is that the right word? I don't know, I'll look it up and maybe edit this out. Okay, if I don't edit it out, I got the word right. Okay, now, the pluses on the game is that it's a little different, that everyone's playing into the same space, which I guess is kind of similar to Carcassonne, and things like that, but we don't know what everyone else is trying to achieve. So, when you're placing things in Carcassonne, when you're placing tiles, you're placing them knowing that you may be benefiting someone else, or knowing that you're working to kind of work around what someone else is trying to do, because you see what they're going after. With this game, you do not have that knowledge, you don't have that ability, so everything you play might be helping someone else, it might not be. You really need to just play your own game and push that forward to enable the game to move, I guess. The other thing that you can do, though, the really cool thing is that you've got 2 actions per turn, but you've got a choice of like 5 or 6 different things that you could be doing with those 2 actions, and you can only do each of them once. You've got 3 different ways that you can gain points or achieve goals, 3 different types of goals you can achieve. So you can lay tiles, and that's working towards getting patterns of different coloured tiles all in the right spots to be able to claim a card. You could be growing your bamboo with your gardener to help your card that needs a certain height of bamboo or certain different colours on certain different tiles. You could be eating the bamboo because you need to get a certain amount of different colours of bamboo into the stomach of that panda to be able to claim that achievement. Or you could be grabbing some irrigation, which you'll need to put irrigation throughout this garden in order to be able to grow bamboo on certain tiles. You're not going to be able to claim the pattern of tiles unless all those tiles are irrigated. Little details like that, they're really good. The placement of irrigations and things like that, like you can collect irrigation as one of your actions, so you probably want to do that a lot because you can place as many of them as you like once you've collected them, and it costs you 0 actions. So on one turn you might be 3 or 4 tiles away from a spot where you have irrigation, but you've got enough tubes to be able to lay them all out to be able to get the things growing, and then you can claim it straight away and you don't have to wait for other things to happen before you get there. The other thing that you're able to do is you can get more cards. And that's a really good one. And as you go through the game, you'll kind of get an idea of you want to be trying to achieve as many of these tile laying ones as possible early on, because the further into the game you go, the less chance you're going to have of being able to place the right tiles in the right spots, because the tiles will run out eventually. Not that I've played a game where the tiles ran out, but the pile does run down. And you kind of get locked into different spots. And as you kind of get towards the end, you might find that it's easier for you to manipulate the panda to eat more bamboo. Or when you get to the last round, it might be worthwhile just grabbing a card that has the bamboo heights on it, just in case that happens to exist at the table already. There's a lot of decision going on there. Now, I've played this game with a guy who pulled out really early. He kind of looked at it and said, this is dumb. This is a dumb game. But everyone else I've played with has really dug it. So, I don't know what about it felt like a dumb game to him, but it just did. It might be back to that artwork stuff that I was talking about. It might be that these looked really childish. This panda, he looks childish. He's super cute, but really childish. Looks like a toy. Not so much a component for a designer board game. Or it might be that it's a Japanese game using a Chinese animal. It's explained in the theme of the game that you've been gifted a panda and you've got to look after him. So you can get around, but it's little things like that can put people off this game. I, however, really enjoy playing it. I can get past the childish nature of the artwork. I can get past all that stuff, because what ends up happening is you are doing a lot of thinking about what are the cards in my hand, how can I get to that, how can I manipulate this game to be able to claim as many as possible. I've even got to the point where I've had the card that would finish the game, but I can see that the other player has more points than me, and I've held on to that card and not played it to get 3 or 4 that I'm able to go bang with all 4 of them at the same time to push me over the line with those cards. There's little elements of gaminess in there that are really worthwhile grabbing onto and having a go at. There is an expansion for Takenoko, and unlike almost every other game I've done a video for, I have played with this expansion, and I do not play this game without the expansion. It's called the Chibi expansion. I might do some future videos with expansions of these games, but with this one, the Chibi expansion is worthwhile. It adds 1 more element to your game, which it's it's not a heap more depth, but it's just 1 more choice. Plus, it adds a few more tiles, a few more cards. I really like it. As I say, I never play this game without that expansion now that I've got it. So if you're looking at this game and humming and hawing, look, get the game, but I'd probably get that Chibi expansion. It doesn't need this Chibi expansion. It doesn't need the expansion to make the game work, or even necessarily to make the game better. It just adds an extra choice on there, and some choices I really like. So enough about the expansion. That's not what I'm talking about at the moment. We're talking about the base game. The video is just the base game. If I happen to have allowed a card from the expansion to sneak through, I do apologise for that. Please ignore it. Please excuse that. I don't think that I have, however. Okay, I think I've spoken long enough about Takenoko. I hope this helps you get Takenoko to the table. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you wish to be Gamesplained, please shoot me an email at thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at thegamesplainer to keep up to date with the games that I'm playing. Follow my blog, thegamesplainer.wordpress.com, to read about my adventures in gaming each week. Subscribe to these videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining, and until next time, enjoy gaming.